Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. It's Friday afternoon. It's Maureen here just for a quick drop in to say hi. We'll keep that down a bit. There's a light being picked up in the background. So, how are you doing today? It's Friday. It's not just any Friday, it's Good Friday. So, happy Easter to all of those of you that celebrate Easter. Happy Passover for those that Passover is your thing. And just have a great day for anybody else that's non-religious or doesn't conform to any of the practicalities around this time of year. So, what's going on in the world? Well, I did a bit of the old dying thing. Did it last Sunday, decided that life was too short without my purple hair, so I got some dye out because it was going to be way too long before I could get myself in front of a professional hairdresser to get it done properly. So we're just going to sort myself out. I'm a bit doing my thing here. Excuse me. So today's topic that I had pre-planned is love yourself enough. And to me, it's not a selfish act to love yourself. It's more about appreciating who you are, the gifts that you have, and what you're able to share with the world. How many of us actually appreciate who we are as individuals? How many of us really connect with why we're here and what we can bring to bear to the world, particularly in this time of craziness around the globe, where most of us are in some form of what they call lockdown or social distancing or whatever you want to call it. But love is one of those trigger words for people. You either really connect with it or you step away from it. Particularly self-love. Self-love is an awareness of who you are, not just on the superficial level, but at that inner part that nobody else sees. And being able to connect to that part and appreciating who you are for all your foibles, shall we say, is no mean feat. I picked up a book before I came to do this, and this is The Missing Link by an amazing chap called Sydney Banks. And I looked at the chapter on love, and it's paired with forgiveness. Paired with forgiveness. So I find that fascinating in and of itself, that to love yourself is to be able to forgive yourself. Thanks, Julian. I'm working on the purple, trying to get more in my life, but hey. So let me read you this first page on love and forgiveness out of The Missing Link. Hey, Lucy. Love and understanding harmonise the mind of humanity to its true inner nature. Now, isn't that interesting? Well, I find it interesting, at least, given the circumstances we find ourselves in right at the minute, and there is more love, more forgiveness, more gratitude for those around us that are doing either the smallest thing, the biggest thing, or just doing what we're being asked to do, which is stay home, protect yourself, and don't add any more burden to whichever medical fraternity or organisation you'd be attributing yourself to. It goes on to say, what you give in life is what you receive. What you give in life is what you receive. Wow. That one sentence just stops me in my tracks every time. A mind full of love and good feelings can never go wrong. Isn't that a beautiful thing to hear? You can never go wrong. And the last statement on this first page says, love and forgiveness go hand in hand, which is what I said earlier. Love and forgiveness go hand in hand. Without them, life is encumbered by ill feelings and unhappiness. And I'm reminded daily whilst watching BBC News, because I managed to be able to get that out here. They do almost a celebration of all the great things that are going on, the people that are doing selfless acts to support each other through this difficult time. And there was an elderly chap on this morning. I don't know if anybody saw it. Chest full of medals. He'd been in Burma and wherever else in the Second World War, and his selfless act is to be able to walk up and down the drive of the care home that he lives in 100 times to celebrate his 100th birthday. You heard that right, his 100th birthday. And the proceeds for what he's making for doing that are going to be a contribution to the NHS. How selfless is that? This guy has gone through at least one world war, and he's still giving and sharing and doing what he can. So love comes in many forms. Love and gratitude come in many forms. And it's about recognizing that no matter what you do, it doesn't have to be a magnanimous act. It doesn't have to be spending shed loads of cash on something, or giving somebody an ostentatious gift. Love can be the simplest things. The simplest things. But it does start with self. So at the core of all of this, and why at the start of this conversation, I was talking about love yourself enough. Love yourself enough to show yourself forgiveness. Love yourself enough to give yourself gratitude, and be humble enough to recognize what a difference you make by being in this world. And the amazing demonstrate that in bucket loads, whether it's Nadine, Gillian, Lucy. It's amazing to see you all here. Thank you. Thank you for sharing some of my Friday lunchtime. So what are you grateful for? How do you express love to yourself? Lucy's been doing some phenomenal artwork recently, and I am grateful that you're doing that, because I got thrown out of art class when I was in school. I wrecked paintbrushes apparently. Never mind, so not my thing, and maybe it is now. I've never picked up a paintbrush since. But just demonstrating your talents, your gifts, and just by being in the world, you make a difference. You make a difference to me, and you'll make a difference to those you come in contact with. Some of you know I've been struggling recently with the direction of my business. And a good friend and colleague, coaching colleague, made a comment the other day that I was overthinking the whole situation, way overthinking the situation by trying to put a label on who I am and what I do. And really, I was given the most perfect label when I arrived on the planet. I was given my name. So from now on, it won't be taking the fear out of cancer or the CAM coach or whatever else. It'll be Maureen York. That's who I am. That's what I have to offer. And that's what you're going to be seeing. Great to see you guys. Good to see you, Brian, Lindsay, Annie. Thank you all for showing up. It's amazing to have you here with me. I now live in the south of Spain and it's sunny, and I'm sorry, I think it's sunny in the UK at the minute too, which is great. And I think actually your temperature is higher than mine. So not jealous, just thinking, whoa, somebody's sharing the love around here, sharing the weather. So I'm not sure what anybody has taken away from this today, but my final thoughts and kind of viewpoints are that start by loving yourself. Start by recognizing the gifts, the talents that you have and that you were born with, you were graced with when you arrived on the planet. And if you show up more as you more often, for each and every one of us on the planet, things will change. The gratitude and love that's being shown around the globe right at the minute, while we're in this form of crisis or chaos or whatever you want to call it, is phenomenal to see, and long may it continue. For me, I think we're getting closer and closer to who we are at our very essence of our nature. And it's a shame that it's taken a crazy virus to point us all in this direction. But on the other hand, maybe it's not so crazy. And maybe it's just an awakening of the world and the peoples around the world. I'll leave that with you. So have an amazing weekend, whatever you're able to do, however much you're able to do during the various restrictions that we've got in place in the various countries that we all live in. I'm fortunate that I now live on a plot of land, which means I can get out and about. And this afternoon I shall be walking down my drive. I can't actually go on the main road, but my drive is about 200 meters, so I walk up and down that on a regular basis, a number of times a day, and that's my means of kind of getting a little bit of exercise in. Yes, happy Easter, Gillian. Happy Easter to one and all, and love you, and I shall see you next week, next Friday, same time, same place. Take care.